Hello everyone. Welcome to part 2 of Manhattan DA, This Bill Could Turn Your City into the Wild West. Now, I didn't mention in part 1 that this was published on August 23rd. And I know I'm a couple days behind with reporting on this article from their opinion section here on CNN. But I still wanted to cover this because it is an important topic. It really is. I mean, if you look here, under the story highlights, I mean, I did go through the first one in part 1 here, which, yeah, it'll do that, and that's a good thing. But this is what their concern is if the CCRA passes safe cities like New York, which, safe city in New York, that's a fucking oxymoron. New York City restricts firearm ownership and has very high crime rates, especially gun crime. No different than fucking Chicago. So this is complete horseshit here. But we'll face new dangers. All right, so if CCRA passes, safe cities like New York will face new dangers from gun violence, he writes. And this is the editor. Editor's note. Cyrus R. Vance Jr. is the Manhattan District Attorney and co-chair of Prosecutors Against Gun Violence, and that their views are not their own. His views are not their own. So, you know, as I said, this is an opinion piece. And, I mean, this guy is a whack job. With some of the BS examples or reasons on why he wants this to not happen. I mean, it's like seriously ridiculous. New York's turnaround on violent crime has improved the lives of all New Yorkers. Really? That's a complete crock of shit, because New York is, all right, that has nothing to do with guns. That has nothing to do with firearm ownership. And the thing is it's only a turnaround in certain areas, like Times Square. I mean, Times Square now you can walk down, okay, without having to worry about being knifed or shot. Back in the day, Times Square was one sketchy fucking place. In 1990, there were more than 2,000 murders in our city. Last year, there were 335. Our safe streets have subsequently enabled an economic resurgence that has proven especially beneficial to real estate developers like President Donald J. Trump. Bullshit. This is... This is such horseshit. You have almost a murder a day, and you think that's a good fucking thing. In 1990, you leave out that there was a lot of things going on back then on the note of gangs and things like that. I mean, and they weren't even legal firearms owners. That's what's fucked up. So you're basically implying, well, yeah, there was 2,000 deaths and they're all by guns. They weren't all by guns. You got 335. They weren't all by guns. There were stabbings and other types of murder with that number. I'm proud to say that New York remains the safest big city in the nation, at least according to the Economist Safe City Index. Just because, you know, you're the nicest shithole in America doesn't make it a good fucking thing. Oh, God. But this progress could come at a screeching halt if the Concealed Carry Reciprocity Act, known as CCRA, passes Congress. No, you're completely full of shit. Every state has had the right to craft its own firearms licensing laws. In New York, we have crafted our laws to consider unique factors like our state's population density, culture, and history. Yeah. You fucking emasculated those people who are conservatives. You moved them the fuck out. That's how you became a liberal fucking shithole. And the thing is every state shouldn't have the fucking right. Because the Second Amendment says, shall not be infringed, as in any way, shape, or form. Not only that, there is the slight little factor that when New York, like the rest of the states, when they became part of the Union, especially like when the 13 original colonies signed on the line, One of the agreements was that the documents and papers of one state would be honored in another, which that should include a concealed carry license or a concealed carry permit. End of story. If you want your driver's licenses from New York to be recognized anywhere in New England or anywhere else in the 50 states, okay, then you should be recognizing any other type of license. It's that simple. This makes no sense because, and I look at this last part here where he talks about the population density and all these other unrelated things, the history, the culture, okay, it's all fucking talking out his ass. The CCRA would override our state's restrictive concealed weapons permitting system and force New York to honor concealed carry firearms privileges issued in other states, even though many states have much looser standards. Same as, that's no different than a fucking driver's license, shitbrick. Okay? You got the U.S. Virgin Islands. You want to get a really easy driver's license? Go to the U.S. Virgin Islands. Okay? You drive to one side of the island, drive to the other side, drive back, go to the other side, boom. You get your fucking license. No parking, no fuss, no muss. Get that driver's license is honored in all 50 states. So, your fucking point? And not only that, they still require them to go through a background check, which is the only thing, if at all, that should be done. Period. And your restrictive concealed weapons permitting system only allows fucking elitists and their bodyguards to carry firearms. Fuck you, dude. You want to be able to arm yourself, but fuck everybody else. So, you know what? You're a piece of shit. Because I bet, as a fucking Manhattan DA, you fucking arm yourself. And if you say you don't, you're a lying sack of shit. You don't want anyone else to be armed but you. And you don't realize that the criminals still have the fucking guns because you're too fucking stupid. I mean, you work as a DA and you don't realize that every fucking, gun crime that you get with an actual criminal, okay, has a fucking illegal firearm. For the most part. Yet you're going to push this bullshit. You're a fucking pathetic piece of shit, dude. You really are, Cyrus. Simply put, this means that the gun laws of Arkansas, for example, would be forced upon New York by federal mandate. I can only imagine how angry citizens of Arkansas would be if Washington politicians forced them to follow laws of New York. Wait a minute! Complete conflation has no fucking honest bearing on this fucking situation because it would be federal fucking law, you moron, that would be dictating. It wouldn't be Arkansas law. Cyrus, you're a fucking dishonest piece of shit, but I should expect that from a fucking attorney. I mean, how's that old joke go? What's 1,000 attorneys at the bottom of the sea? A good start? Dude, you're a fucking shit prick. You really are. That's not a fucking example. Because you'd be, following federal law. Consider this. 11 states grant concealed carry privileges to individuals who've not undergone any safety training. Ooh! Oh no! Yeah? And if you notice, there's not an issue with people shooting themselves or others in those states. Is there? Not at all. And I'm going to hover here for a second, so if you want to pause and go and look at his link here. But yeah, it doesn't matter, dude. Those 11 states, are there a lot of accidental shootings or self-inflicted gunshot wounds? No. 20 states grant permits to people who've been convicted of violent crimes. Yeah, if you're not convicted of a felony, that's the only thing that can stop your firearms ownership from happening. So fuck you. And what's the thing of if someone gets into a fucking barroom brawl once in their life? That's a violent fucking crime. It's an assault. You're gonna bar them from owning a firearm because they ended up in a mutually fucking instigated fucking barroom fight? Fuck you, dude. I mean, because that would be like most of the stupid shit. Like one incident 15 years ago type shit you want to use to hold against people to stop them from owning firearms because you're a fucking scumbag. But I'm sure you own one, so fuck you. And 12 states do not require any kind of permit or license to carry a concealed firearm, which would not be a fucking factor with the CCRA because they don't have the fucking concealed carry license or the concealed carry permit. If they want to leave the state under this federal law, if it passes, then they would get it. It's that simple. So this does not affect you. This last one does not affect you. But, ooh, you're a sleazy fucking attorney. So you're going to slip that shit in. With how fucking bad you are at putting false evidence into here, how many fucking people have you falsely got convicted, motherfucker? Because this is completely dishonest and fucking shady. I wouldn't be surprised. If you will lie like this and make it sound like those 12 states are going to be a fucking factor to this, I wouldn't be surprised if you fucking were crooked as shit. I would not be surprised because this is crooked as shit misrepresentation. The CCRA would make it legal for someone to carry that concealed, loaded firearm into New York or any place else regardless of local law. Yeah, because federal fucking law trumps state law. You stupid fuck, Cyrus. Oh, wait, you know that, and you don't like that. See, when the federal government is infringing on other states in a way that you like, okay, when it's big government, because you clearly are a fucking, like, Democrat, liberal, or leftist type of fucking person. When the government does that shit, infringes upon states, and says, "Oh, you have to do this," okay, you got no fucking problem with it when it aligns with your fucking ideologies and your political objectives. But when it aligns with the conservative Second Amendment, conservatives, anyone who's for the Second Amendment, regardless if they're conservative or not, anyone who's for anyone that wants to carry a firearm, you got a problem with that. Because it doesn't align with your ideology. You're a fucking hypocrite, dude. Either you want the government to step in and dictate to the states, or you don't. And I got no problems in this case with the federal government going, yep, let's fucking have the ability for people to carry their firearms across state lines, which I mentioned. You can do that now if you're transporting them. But you have to have, the ammunition in a separate place, the weapon in a lockbox, so on and so forth. And I got no problems with changing this. I mean, this is ridiculous. Public safety is like oxygen. No, it's not. We don't always notice it when we have it, but if it went away, we would realize quite quickly. Yeah, that's why Trump got elected, motherfucker. Because people are sick of the fucking terrorist attacks that were used in this fucking video at the beginning of this article. Okay? They were sick of that. They're sick of MS-13. They're sick of the other gangs. They're sick of the violence. And they want to be able to defend themselves. So they voted for fucking Trump. This is something that the people want. So shut the fuck up. Without security and stability, tourists wouldn't visit. Tourists visited New York when it was a fucking shithole in the 90s, full of fucking crime. So don't try to conflate legal firearm ownership with the fucking gun crime, illegal fucking use, illegal weapon bullshit that you have in your fucking city. You're an asshole, dude. You are a dishonest piece of shit. And I hope that the constituents in Manhattan, okay, vote out your boss if he does, and get someone in there with some common fucking sense to get rid of morons like you. Seriously, you are a fucking sleazebag. Developers wouldn't have the confidence to invest. Bullshit! Legal firearm ownership. Every place where you can own a firearm without jumping through hoops has very low crime. Especially compared to New York motherfucking City. Population's, how many crimes per certain unit of population. So don't even. Businesses would lose out on their top talent and their customers would flee. Bullshit. New Hampshire is a tax-free fucking haven surrounded by states with sales tax and other taxes. And people come to New Hampshire. They see people, and these are Maine, you got some pretty fucking liberal people by Portsmouth, okay? You know, right over the border in Bangor. Is that what's at the border? I think it is. Anyways, and then Massachusetts, all liberals. They come across the border to New Hampshire and got no fucking fears, okay? They see people open carry, and they go and call the cops and whine, and the cops go, fuck you, it's legal. And they still come here. So don't even try to, come there, I should say. But yeah, they still go there. Get a clue. You're being completely dishonest. Public safety also means not having to worry when our children ride the bus to school or take the subway to visit a friend on a Friday night. Public safety is the reason why we feel comfortable living and working, raising families in places like Manhattan. Number one, kid riding the bus to school. There's a lot of school buses. Some of them take the actual public transportation. Okay, I'll give you that. But that ain't going to get them in danger. Legal carry, don't do that. Only criminals are going to be your primary issue. So shut the fuck up. And on that Friday night, okay, my kid, unless they're a fucking adult, okay, or close to it, they ain't riding in the subway alone in New York fucking City. If you allow your kid to do that, you're a bad fucking parent. Give him a ride. Pay for an Uber or a cab. Don't send him on the fucking subway in your shithole of a city. Fuck you, dude. They would be safer in the fucking subway if you had people legally concealed carrying in that subway than they would without it. Because guess what? The police ain't going to be there to protect them. And the criminals know that. There's been so many crimes committed in a subway, the subways of New York City over the years. It's not even funny. It's because they know they've got people trapped. And that they can fucking rape them, rob them, murder them, and get away with it for the most part in a lot of cases. If they're like able to jump and run down the tracks. But on the train itself, that's a confined space. You're trapped. I'd like to be armed in that type of situation. Public safety is the reason why we feel comfortable living, working, and raising families in places like Manhattan. As the % tourism destination in the United States, my city receives more than 46 million adult visitors from other states each year, and 6.5% of American adults have concealed handgun permits. Oh no! 6.5% of 330 million people. Well, actually, it's more than 330 right now, but we'll do 330 for easy math. So 10% of that is 33 million. Half of that would be, 16 and a half. So we'll say 17 million and change in the U.S. out of 330 some odd million people have a concealed weapon permit. Oh no, dude, that's nothing. Yet you want to make a mountain out of a molehill. And guess what? Not all of them are permits, motherfucker. Some of them are licenses. Because certain states look at the fact of, we're not permitting you to do it. You have the right to do it. We're just licensing you to do it. There's a difference. And you know that. See, that's why you chose the word permit. Because a lot more states call it a license than they do permit. Passage of the CCRA could unleash countless new concealed weapons on the streets of New York City. Okay, they're not going to be used. That could mean more shootings. Not really. More victims. Not really. More tragedies in America's safest big city. Got to throw that safest big city. Dude. That is like being the least STD infected whore at a Tijuana whorehouse. That's not something to brag about. Because you're still a crime-ridden fucking shithole. And that's like the safest big city. There's only a couple of big cities. Basically, you are safer than Chicago and LA. And maybe Michigan. But, I mean, most of that is just wide open fucking land. I wouldn't call that a city. But yeah. Dude, there's like 3 large cities in the fucking United States that would be comparable to New York. So, you're the safest out of those 3. Way to fucking brag. You fucking moron. No one will bear the burden of those tragedies more heavily than our police. No, your police will actually have an easier job. Because instead of having to deal with, I don't know, trying to find the killer, the robber, the criminal, okay, he'll be on the fucking ground. All you got to do is just go and scrape him off the pavement, fill out a little fucking paperwork. That's going to save you money. And I'm not joking with that. Because if people are able to defend themselves, one, it's going to deter crime. Because the criminals are going to be like, oh shit, I fucked with the wrong person, I could get shot. The fact that they are shot, you don't have to try to find them after the fact. They're right there. Okay? That will also save you the fucking money of a trial. So, it's a win-win. Under the CCRA, cops would have to patrol our streets surrounded by hidden loaded guns. Oh no! They already do that with the criminals. But here's the thing. Again, an armed populace is going to deter the criminals because they're going to go, shit, I might get shot. They would have no way to confirm whether an out-of-state permit is legitimate and no database to check on the status of those permits. Bullshit! Bull fucking shit! Because states have reciprocity already. Florida can check a New Hampshire permit. New Hampshire can check a Florida permit. New Hampshire can check an Arizona permit. Arizona can check a New Hampshire permit. Okay? And any state that has reciprocity can do that. Okay? Maine. Is it Maine or Vermont? Has reciprocity with New Hampshire. New Hampshire has reciprocity with Alaska. I mean, before this video, I did a little research. And it's messed up how many states that aren't even close have reciprocity with New Hampshire. I mean, Alaska and New Hampshire, I mean, similar ideologies to an extent. You know, live free or die, that's kind of the Alaskan way. But, yeah. So, they already have ways of verifying. So, you're full of fucking shit, dude. You are a dishonest, sleazy, lying motherfucker. But, yeah, again, you're an attorney. So, fuck you. So, anyways, this is just complete fucking misrepresentation and lying here. And because many states don't even require permits to carry, the NYPD would have to take armed individuals at their word. Bullshit. Because you would still need a concealed carry license or permit to do this. So you're completely lying and talking out your ass. You're a fucking lying piece of shit, dude. Seriously. A lying piece of shit. So police officers are against the bill. Not all of them. Prosecutors like me are against the bill. Only the leftist ones. Who would actually be for this bill? I can offer one answer. ISIS. You just made yourself look like a complete fucking moron. You really did, Cyrus. You are the dumbest fuck on the planet to actually think you can pull the fucking ISIS card here. Because anyone who is a fucking Second Amendment supporting person is going to be for this. You are a fucking sleazeball, dude. According to George Washington University's extremism tracker, New York is the top ISIS terror target in America. I love the conflation and trying to link shit here. Dude, this is like the tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist running fucking string all over the place. You are a fucking whack job. Meanwhile, ISIS is increasingly recruiting radicalized attackers to murder as many people as possible, using using any means available. Yeah, like illegal firearms, like fully automatics, like explosives. Their MO is more explosive. So shut the fuck up. Let's not kid ourselves. ISIS is following the gun debate. No, they're not. Look no further than Ramaya, its official magazine, and how-to guide for terror. Dude, I can't believe you're actually making this comparison. In May 2017 issue, under the section titled Just Terror Tactics, ISIS specifically told aspiring terrorists how to exploit America's lax gun laws to commit mass shootings on our soil. Lax gun laws? You have to go through a federal fucking background check. You leave that fact out, you are oh my god, dude. In most U.S. states, anything from a single-shot shotgun, all the way up to a semi-automatic AR-15 can be purchased at showrooms or through online sales by way of private dealers with no bullshit. You have to get a federal background check. You are a liar, dude. And without requiring an ID or a gun license, you are a complete liar. You are a complete fucking liar. You have to go through a background check. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts. Same with a private dealer. You have to go through it. A private sale between two private individuals? No, you're not required to. That's it. And I highly doubt, average Joe American firearm lover is about to sell a fucking firearm to ISIS, you fucking piece of shit, lying, motherfucking, dishonest, waste of space. And I apologize for my language, but I'm a strong supporter of the Second Amendment. And this guy, the further I get through this article and the lies and the shit he's fucking spewing, it's just boiling my blood a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. Oh, God. You're fucking pathetic, dude. The CCRA is a gift to terrorists. No, it's not. It's a gift to Second Amendment freedom-loving Americans, which you're trying to equate them to fucking terrorists because you believe that anyone who isn't left of that isn't right of fucking that is right of Marx, from the sounds of it. That isn't far left, because I don't know if you're quite Marx, but you're thinking anyone who is right of you is a terrorist for wanting to have firearms. You're a fucking piece of shit. You are a fucking piece of shit. A person on a watch list could purchase multiple handguns at a gun show. Bullshit. They have to go through they have to go through a background check. By law. Fuck you, you liar. You know that too. This has been debunked over and over. Anyone can go to Google and see how this has been debunked. Hell, Steven Crowder debunked it. And he's a comedian. What does that go to show you? Alright? And if you're on a watch list, you won't pass the federal background check, which is required even at gun shows. Nice try. So yeah, okay, they can get these guns supposedly at gun shows, which are full of shit. Take those guns into Manhattan and carry them fully loaded into Times Square. No, they can't. Not if they don't pass the background check, because it's required even at gun shows. The loophole is a Democrat lie. So we know what you are. You're a liar. It wouldn't be a crime until they started shooting. Yeah, exactly. It would not be a crime. Despite the astounding possibility, the CCRA already has more than 200 sponsors in the House of Representatives, and the National Rifle Association has called for passing the bill as #1 priority. Yeah, good thing. The gun lobby is making it politically dangerous to oppose this bill. Yeah, good. Good. Because that means their constituents are pressuring you and pressuring the politicians to fucking don't fight this shit or you ain't getting reelected. To pass it. Because either you pass this shit or you ain't going to have a job. That's what they're doing. Good. We have to make it clear that what's in this bill is even scary. No, it's not. You're putting a fucking boogeyman scenario out here. That's complete bullshit. Republican members of Congress have long championed the rights of states to establish their own laws and reflect local needs and concerns over national legislation, particularly when it comes to public safety. Yeah, okay. The yeah, that's fine. They got no problems passing laws that are for public safety, like being able to protect yourself. The CCRA tramples on those rights. No. It helps with those rights. You're a fucking lying piece of shit. If no other reason, Congress should reject the unprecedented exercise of federal power. No, this is not an unprecedented... Obamacare is an unprecedented exercise of fucking federal power. But I'm sure you got no problem with that. You're a double standard piece of shit. Fuck you. If they do not, the president should exercise his veto authority. Ha ha ha! Yeah, right. Trump is a New Yorker. Ha ha! Yeah, he's our bitch, motherfucker. Fuck you. You don't play the New Yorker card. Perhaps the most famous one we have. Presumably, he understands that guns in the hands of criminals and terrorists would be bad for New York. He also states frequently that he's a strong supporter of the police. And he's a concealed carry owner. You concealed carry fucking holder, piece of shit. Fuck you. If the CCRA passes Congress, the president should align himself with law enforcement, including, among others, the International Association of Chiefs of Police, the Major City Chiefs Association, and Prosecutors Against Gun Violence, and veto this dangerous legislation. The public safety we take for granted in cities like New York depends on defeating this bill. Dude, you're a fucking waste of space. Anyway, I gotta get on the 30-minute mark here of VidMe. If you like this video, give it an upvote, thumbs up. If you like my content, want to see more, definitely subscribe. Ring that bell on YouTube. Thank you all for watching. You all have a good one.